Welcome or welcome back. We're doing a blush roundup today. I love blush and I have so much of it. I even decluttered a bunch of it earlier this summer because I just had an exorbitant amount of blush, and I still, even with like my sort of no buy that I'm going through with makeup, I still want more. Every brand is just killing it, especially with their cream formulas, just bringing out banger after banger. Like, I just want all of these blushes. I have to constantly remind myself I'm fine with what I have and I need to use it because I really enjoy all of these products for different reasons. Okay, new favorite. I was actually pretty late to the game with this product, the RoseInc cream blushes. Wow, they're so amazing. I bought one shade. I controlled myself because normally when I find something, especially a blush formula that I love, I just want all of the shades, and you'll see that I did that with one particular brand before I really had to tell myself, like, you need to stop, think about your consumption. Anyways, so I was good, and I only bought one at the time. I got the shade Foxglove. It was described, I think it was described as like a warm pinky terracotta or something like that, and I don't really find that it pulls very terracotta because I associate that with like a warm, like a neutral kind of warm brown, but not like deep brown, more like a russet, you know, like a terracotta. I don't know. Anyway, this is such an amazing blush formula. I could just smear my whole face in this. It's emollient, it's moisturizing, it doesn't transfer that much. Like it, how do I put this? It doesn't dry down, but it adheres to the skin in a way that you're not feeling like you have like a tacky face. I know sometimes, especially with blush or cream blush, that they get that kind of rap that you can't really touch your face that much. But in my experience, a good cream blush will be moisturizing. Doesn't necessarily dry down, whether it's dewy or matte, but it'll last throughout the day. And that's the big signifier of a good cream blush, is that you'll have it on for 4 hours and you can still see it on your face. The pigmentation on this is very stunning. You can build it up beautifully or you can sheer it out beautifully, and I love the versatility in this product. I think it is well worth the hype. It's very, very lovely. I want all of the shades. The shade range is very pink based, it seems, which isn't necessarily my cup of tea. I do like a neutral, almost leaning brown kind of blush, as you will see forward. Yeah, this blush is very, very lovely, and they just came out with some new colors that are a little more my speed when it comes to leaning more brown, but I'm practicing a little self-control, and I'm gonna use this one a little bit more before I decide to get more shades, because I have so many other dupeable colors, or dupes color-wise, in my collection that RoseInc just came out with. So there's no need. I don't have to do it. It's a constant thing for me. I always have to tell myself, do not buy more blush if you do not need it. My God. Okay, the OG. What got me into cream blush, or cream products in general, years ago, Glossier Cloud Paint. I still think that we should not forget about this girl. And I don't really think we should forget about Glossier in general. They have a lot more competition with the like minimal, clean girl aesthetic, you know, no makeup sort of thing that's trending right now, or like skincare-esque makeup that's trending. But Cloud Paint is a beautiful formula. It's thin in consistency, but it doesn't leave one wanting for pigment. And like the RoseInc, it does not dry down, but it becomes one with the skin and any products that are underneath it. It is such a lovely formula. My favorite that brownie nudie pink. Dusk. I've had others in the past, but I have decluttered them because I was not using them, and Dusk is my favorite shade. It has that beautiful, you could really wear this with any look and it's not gonna compete the way some other brighter blushes may. And I wouldn't say that it dries matte, but it's not necessarily the most dewy. It's just very natural. Like I said before, it just goes right into the skin. It's one of my favorite colors, and I don't think that people talk about the cloud paints anymore, because there is such a saturation of cream products right now on the market. But I think this one, it's really gonna last the test of time. Like I really hope that yeah, I think that cloud paint is an amazing blush formula. And okay, Kosas. I love Kosas as a brand. I like their whole clean beauty thing that they got going on. And I do appreciate their cream blush. This is their cream blush duo. It's like color and light cream. So it's cream blush and then cream highlight on it. The cream highlight is, you know, it's nice. It's nice. It's a cream highlight. You know, it's fine. This, I don't reach for it all the time. I really enjoy it. I really like it. The color is stunning. Like when I hear the word terracotta, this is the color that I think of. Like this is a beautiful, like warm brown with like a little bit of pink, but not too much. This is the shade Tropic Equinox, by the way. And then the highlight, it's not too dark, it's not too light. Like it pairs well with the blush color. I do like to use both of these. Like when I use the blush, I do like to use the highlighter, but that goes with saying that this is tacky. This does not dry down. It does not, it is so sticky that when I wore this to a Christmas party last year, yeah, it was my partner's Christmas party for work. And my hair just kept sticking in it. Like it looked beautiful, and it, even though it is sticky, I will say that it, on the scale of lasting throughout the night, despite its stickiness, I would rank it like a 6.5. Like 10 being this shit does not come off your face, 1 being in 2 hours it's gone. I would say that this is a 6.5. It will last, but it's not the most long wearing. And the main and only negative thing I can really say about it is how sticky it is. Like it does not kind of become one with the skin as much. Like I found that I can't really use tools with it. I have to use my hands, which I don't mind personally, but I know that some people dislike that about this product, is that they have to really work it in, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's not user-friendly, but it just stays so tacky. And that's how I feel about this. I like it, but would I repurchase it? I don't know. Okay, another blush where I feel conflicted on my views with it is the Merit. What is it called? Cheek color. This is the shade Terracotta. Ironically enough, I'm talking about terracotta shades. I think this is a really nuanced, beautiful color. It has, like, I think what Hannah Louise posted on YouTube refers to as her ideal blush shade as being the color of old chewed gum, which I agree. I enjoy that as well. Like a pinky brown, like a brown-ish nude that has a little bit of pink in it. I think that is a very beautiful color, especially on people with olive skin tones. No matter how light or dark you are with an olive skin tone, I think that this is a very flattering type of shade. It's super, and I would say that this is a balm formula. I wouldn't say that it's a cream. It's definitely a balm. It has this oiliness to it that leaves this very glass-like shine. I'm actually wearing it today, but we'll get into that in a second. I'm wearing it today. and you see that shine. I'm also wearing this with the Hollywood, or no, I do have the Hollywood Flawless filter on, but I'm also wearing Charlotte Tilbury's highlighter in Spotlight, but very diluted down with a sponge. But you can see up into here, like that glass-like shine, like that is that blush. But what I will say is that it doesn't really look like I'm wearing blush. Like, I'm looking in the viewfinder now, and it does leave your heart desiring more. I will say that. You can really pile this on and you'll have this beautiful, like, blushed look. That's really like glazed donut, like My Skin But Better. Like, what does she do? Like, you look like you just had like the most amazing hydrofacial or something. But I've had this on my cheeks for about 4 hours now, and that color is almost gone. It disappears. The color of this is amazing. The formula is gorgeous. It leaves your skin looking gorgeous. The pigmentation's okay, like you can make it as sheer or as pigmented as you like, but I have to say that this does not last on my face. I don't know if it's my skin type, or like if it just eats it, or like if it just like flies away into the ether, but I don't know where this goes. Like, I've actually never had a blush just disappear on my face before, and this one does, and that's the only negative thing I can really say about it, is that if you're wanting a blush look to last on your face all night, like if you have an event, if you have something that you're going to, or whatever, I would say that this is a nice thing to wear to work. If you just put on your face, or your face makeup, put on your base, and then slide this on there and pat it out with your fingers, you're good to go. But when you come home, you're not going to see it. You might see some dew on your face, but you're not going to see the color, and I'm actually not sure where the color goes. This is in their old packaging. I think Merit is now like gold packaging now, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if I will repurchase any of these, no matter the colors that they come out with. I think that this is going to be my only friend in this formula, and it's due to its lasting, or lack of lasting. Little baby. Oh, this has been in my collection for a while now. I'm trying to remember when I got this or how I obtained this. I don't remember buying it. I think it was sent to me in something, but it's a mini. Anyways, this is Milk's lip and cheek cream stick, but this is in the shade Werk, and it's this very pinky nude. This, unlike the Merit, this is a much more like drier, like it tugs. Like when you put it on the skin, it tugs. Just like the bronzer. If you're familiar with the Milk cream bronzer and the big stick like this, it's a tuggy matte formula. This is also the same exact formula, only in a blush shade. This will stay on your cheeks until you wash your face. This has amazing staying power. It's matte, and it's fairly pigmented. Like it's a nice little blush. It does have that infamous Play-Doh smell, which if you watched my last video, you know how I get obsessed with like smelling something, especially if it smells weird. That's how I can tell if a makeup product is like off almost before I even put it on my face. I'm just like, there's a smell there, which I do think my bronzer is off. I have had it for a few years, not a few years, I think it's been more. Anyway, and I think as this ages, the Play-Doh smell gets a little more rancid Play-Doh-y, but this is still good. This does just smell like normal Play-Doh. That's so silly. It's a good product. People aren't really talking about it much anymore, but I would say that it's worth a try. It's nice. Even if you just get the mini, it'll last you forever. Like this product, like you only need a little bit. I don't really enjoy this on the lips. Like a lot of these double as like, oh, put it on your lips. It's a lip cheek eye thing. Just put it on your cheeks. It almost like I would say 95% of the time you will not like the way it looks on your lips, and if you put cream blush on your eyes, it will 100% crease 100% of the time. But it's fine. It's good. It's a good product. My hair off yesterday. I'm still getting used to it. I feel like it makes me look like, especially with these overalls, makes me look like I'm like in 3rd grade and I'm about to go to art class. Okay, buckle up. We're about to talk about Nudestix because I have a lot. And I wouldn't even say I have a lot compared to some, but for owning a product, a blush product from one brand, I would say for me, for one person who's no longer active, or who is no longer actively doing makeup on others anymore, I have a lot of blush sticks from Nudestix. This is the one that started it all. And this is the shade Bohemian Rose. I have this in a mini. I think I got this in like a set a while ago. And this, I had never been that enticed with Nudestix in the past. I had always heard mixed reviews. I liked the colors, but I feel like I was still using a lot of glowy powder blushes at that time, which I still do use a lot of powder blush. I wouldn't even say a lot. I think I have like 4 that I actively use, and they do more or less have some sort of sheen to them. I'm not super into a matte powder blush. Anyways, I was still doing powder blush at the time. And then I finally tried this. I was like, you know, I'm not really into rose shades. This is the shade Bohemian Rose, if I didn't already say, but, and it is advertised as a multi-stick. You know, it's neither here nor there. They work okay on your lips, but I would much rather just use the product just made for my lips. Anyways, this is what started it. I put this on my face and I started blending it out, and it was just like, whew, like just melted right into my skin. I don't know if it's my skin type, what I wear, what type of complexion products I use. I don't know what it is that makes this look so buttery and so beautiful on my skin. This is the one that started it all. So now I'm gonna go through all of the blush shades that I own with Nudestix, so you can see, like, I have a type. This is the color in the nude, and as you see, it is that beautiful, like, old chewed gum neutral pink with a little bit of brown. Very, very lovely. It is matte, doesn't tug too much, but it blends out seamlessly. It's so buttery, not sticky. Their matte formula is not, I can't even say that it's like super matte, because it basically takes the, their matte formula adjusts to whatever base you have underneath. And it's great. This is Sunkissed. So this one is the, I would say, the tanner sister of In the Nude. This one has a little bit more terracotta and some red in it, which gives you a little bit more of like, well, it's called Sunkissed, so it gives you a sun-kissed look, I would say. It's, I think, one of my most used blushes, and that's saying a lot because boy oh boy do I love blush. Next one is Sweet Cheeks. This is a relatively new color for Nudestix, and this is their In Bloom formula. So as you see here, it's very, very shiny. And when I wear their In Bloom shades, I rarely find that I am desiring to put on a highlighter. Because then I feel like my face, because I mainly use cream highlighters, cream or liquid. I mainly use cream or liquid highlighters, so I feel like my face gets a little too wet looking, if that is even a thing. But I feel like, you know, if you know, you know, and it does not leave one wanting for glow. I'll just say that. It is very, very beautiful. And this one's kind of cooler. I would say that it's still a neutral, but it's a little bit cooler. And the last one is our wild card. Ooh, Tiger Lily Queen. This is, I think this is the most vibrant blush that I own, actually. This one is like a dewy coral almost. It definitely leans like more of a coral. Has like a lot of like pinks and orange. I wouldn't say fuchsia, but this one is also the Nude's In Bloom formula, where you can just see that shine. Like, it's just so, so beautiful. This one is my favorite on me when I'm at my most tan, and I just wear it. I don't wear like bronzer or highlighter or anything. I just do like my normal glowy base, and then I just slather this on my cheeks and blend it out with my fingers, and I'll just like drape it like up my face, and it just, oh, it just puts me in a good mood. Like, it makes me smile. Like, it just reminds me of like springtime. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears to powder now. So the Hourglass ambient ambient strobe lighting blush in the shade Brilliant Nude. This is one of my favorite powder blushes. Now, some people claim that this is a little too shimmery, but I disagree. I find this to be the ultimate glowy blush, and here's why. It's like a 3-in-1. It's nude enough and leaning more towards brown enough that this can act as your bronzer, your blush, and your highlighter. It's absolutely stunning. It doesn't swatch the best, but when it's blended out onto the cheeks, it gives you this beautiful, like, bronzy, nudie glow. Like, it's so, so stunning. I also like to use this on my eyes as well. So when I was in Greece this summer, I did not pack a bronzer or a highlighter. I just brought this. I brought this, and it satisfied my every need. This is like one of my favorite makeup items that I own. Anytime I don't know what to do to my cheeks, this is it. This is what I go to. And I'm a cream fanatic. Like, I'm a cream blush fanatic, and this powder blush is absolutely stunning. When I hit pan, I will be repurchasing. I just can't imagine my makeup world without this product. Another absolutely stunning glowy blush is Laura Mercier's powder blush in the shade Fresco. Ooh, so beautiful. It's so beautiful. This one is a little more pink than the Hourglass shade. Like, that one leans a little more towards brown. This one is definitely a pinky brown. And in the pan, it does look like there's glitter in it, but when it's on the face, it's a very like satin sheen. Like, it's very glowy, but in a non-glittery way. This is also one of those blushes where I can't imagine not having it, and I would 1000% repurchase once I am through with this. Yeah, this is the perfect neutral blush. It doesn't really act like the 3-in-1 the way the Hourglass one does, but when I want a simple, not overly glowy cheek, or if I'm using a powder highlighter, I love to pair it with this because it doesn't compete with it too much, but it also has its own beauty in its own right. I think it's absolutely stunning. If you love a neutral cheek with a little bit of glow, but you aren't really into cream formulas, or if your skin type is too oily and you don't really like creams for that reason, I would say Laura Mercier Fresco. 1000%. I actually think this was trending on TikTok like a year ago or something, and it was sold out for a really, really long time. And rightly so. This next one is expensive. It's Tom Ford. Oh, it's so expensive. Oh my god. I think I was in a frenzy when I bought this. I saw somebody use it in either like a reel or I don't know what I saw. But I saw somebody online use this, and my brain could not stop obsessing over it. And I waited like a while. I actually got this on the violet gray, those big sales that she does where everything's like 20% off or something like that. So I did wait for a sale to buy this. This is in the shade Peach Poison, and this is so pigmented. I'm not the best at swatching powdered blushes, and I think if I'm remembering my B-roll correctly, this shade here that you can now see is much darker than in that footage. For some reason, the white balance wasn't cooperating, and it was kind of blanking out that darker shade. But this is almost like a reddish brown, but on the cheeks it doesn't come up as a brown. It's just like a dark peach. Like this is such a pigmented blush, and I would not say that this is very user-friendly because it is so pigmented. In the swatches it doesn't really reflect that as much, but makeup like swatches are, you know, they're give or take. Like a swatch doesn't tell you how something is going to apply with a brush. It is beautiful. The packaging is absolutely stunning. But is it worth the price? I don't think so. And when I use this up, I probably will not repurchase. As a non-avid powder user, I would say that I could have spent my money elsewhere. This lovely product, it's a 10 out of 10. It's pigmented. I usually have to dab it on the back of my hand and then go in, because there have been a few times where I just kind of swirled it around and went straight onto my cheek, and it was a look, like, and I had to like kind of dilute it with my concealer sponge. But just to get it to blend out and not look so crazy. You can easily get clown cheeks with this is what I'm saying. It's fine. It's good. It's really, really beautiful. It's beautiful. It's Tom Ford. R.I.P. Becca, the brand. I loved Becca. I loved the blushes. I loved the highlighters. I loved so many things from Becca. And there was actually this palette that came out that was limited edition. I think it was like the BFF palette. It was a quad. It was like the Chloe and somebody, it was a Kardashian launch, so I feel like it didn't do very well because everybody's like, they were kind of over the Kardashians at that point. But there was a blush shade, and I remember I bought the palette on sale years ago because I was so obsessed with that blush shade. And I even used that palette on brides. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyways, Becca's no longer. And Charlotte Tilbury came out with one of her nude, her little face palettes here, and she came out, don't you do it, don't do it, do not jump on the computer. Bones? My cat. He's something. Nudegasm. Okay, so there was some gripe with this one. This shade and the bronzing contour thing, it's fine. Like, I usually just take my brush and mix them. Like, this is a cream to, it's like a gelée powder. It's like one of those formulas, like that gelée sort of thing, where it's a very emollient feeling kind of powder where you touch it and it's very silky and, oh my god, my cat. It's very silky to the touch and it goes onto the face very, very pigmented. I have to say that I just mix those and it's a fine powder bronzer. I'm not the biggest powder bronzer lady. So it gets the job done. Like, they're fine. I'm not going to rant and rave about the bronzers. The highlighter is beautiful. Anyways, the point to what I'm saying, my god, this powder, I can't say that it looks exactly like the one in that Becca palette, but it makes me feel the same feelings. It's this beautifully, very, very pigmented, glowy, so glowy, and not glittery, but it just has this beautiful, like, dimensionality to it. This blush is so lovely. If this compact, this is very lovely, it has a lovely, lovely mirror. If this compact was just the blush and the highlighter, I think I would use this every day. But because I'm more of like a cream lady, I do gravitate to other things. Not that I don't love this. When it comes to powder products, I think that these are absolutely stunning. Mainly to focus on the blush here, it gives me the same feeling that Becca blushes gave me. This blush is a very beautiful nude, and it gives me that same dimensionality that Becca blushes gave me. And I really recommend it. If you're, I know that there's not a lot of shade options with stuff like this, so that is something to take into consideration, but if you have a similar skin tone to mine, or maybe a little tanner, this would be a very beautiful palette for you to own. And it's just stunning. Like, it's heavy, it's luxe. That's something I really love about makeup, is how it feels in your hands too. Like, it just feels good. Don't you think? You know what I mean? Oh, okay. I'm tired now. I got these nails. They're from the brand Static Nails. They're press-ons. Should I become an ASMR channel?